Hey, welcome back to Darren Bernard's Poor Boys Crafts. My camera had a malfunction in it, so I'm going to finish up this terrain here today on a second part to my houses here. I got three of my houses in place. My other one is kind of a surprise because it's going to be the chief's house. I do have it completed, and it's a little bit different than these houses, but it was the same build as all these except for the top. I used insulating foam. I basically just made a foam top, sanded it down, and created a top for it. And over the spring, I had went to some yard sales, and I found a whole mess of toys and everything. And I found a dragon skeleton. And I just popped the head off of it, and I've attached it. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks really neat. But here's the chief's house. Adding a little bit of stuff like that to your build will, and it don't cost that whole skeleton cost me 25 cents. So it don't add any extra price to your builds, and that'll clip right in there. And that adds a lot to the build. So technically this build is done, but we can do a few extra things to make it look a little bit better, add a little bit nuance to it. I got ball of twine. You can pick these up at Dollar Tree for $1.25. I think their twines are smaller. I think I picked this up at a yard sale. Again, I do a lot of yard selling, but it comes in, it's 3-ply, but I've pulled some twine apart, and basically, just roll it around your finger. Grabbing both ends to a loop like this. Put a little bit of glue in it. That'll hold it all together. Now, you can either put that on the ground or just attach it to the side of a house. Uh-oh, I hit that. That's why you always keep your glue gun handy. Accidents will happen. Got to be very careful there. There you go, fixed. But you can add rope to the side of your house. Just holding on there. You can add stuff like that. Or inside your houses, you can add a whole lot of stuff. I'm going to set that aside over here. And right now, let's set this aside. We're going to make bed rolls. Real simple little thing to make. Grab yourself a tissue. Cut it down to about 2 inches. Give or take a bit. I use saltine crackers. And I'll cut down a mess of blocks. Now these are 1 3/4 inch by 1 inch. But we're going to wrap them in tissue. And we're going to use glue, just Elmer's glue. Just a little bit of preparation here, and we'll be ready. Oh, open it up, Darren. A little bit of Elmer's glue. A little bit of water. And a brush. Basically all you need. Oop, get off her. Brush down one side of it. Attach. Brush your other side. Attach. Just keep on going, just like that, and just keep folding it over and over. Just like that. There we go. Make sure you cover it really good with the glue and the water. Making it wrinkly. Of course, you know, bedrolls always have wrinkles in it. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Then you cover both sides really good. Alrighty, now want to make just a little piece, like roll it up, kind of put it sideways on there, and then glue it down. That'll give some texture and show that it's halfway open. Now you can put it sideways, long ways, either which way you want to do it. Doesn't really matter which way. And just set that back to dry. Now that'll take about, I don't know, about 24 hours for that to dry. But that's pretty much how you make them. Now it's a good thing that I did this ahead of time. And I made a whole mess of them. So the miracle of cameras. And I made a whole lot of different ones. Some of them have crossways. Some of them have pillows. Some of them are long ways. And just a whole lot of different ones. So now we're going to paint black coat first. There we go. And this is where the texture will really come out. Texture will really come out once you put the black coat on. Now you don't have to worry about painting the back because we're going to glue these down. So I'm going to go ahead and paint all of these and then let them dry. Okay, the black is dry on there pretty much, so I'm basically painting them a nutmeg brown. Now the black ain't completely dry, but that's fine, because like I said, this is an orc village, so we want a dirty brown on there. But what I'm doing is I'm painting everywhere where the texture allows for it. And I'm leaving the tops in most of them still black, because I'm going to paint them a white, which will end up being a dirty white as soon as I get all the brown painted. And of course, I ain't going to wait for it to dry, so I'm going to let it, I want the colors to mix so that it really will look disheveled. Because I want it to look disheveled. I already got my white here, so like coming in there real good. So I want the colors to really blend together. See how that blends in there real good like that? Okay, now that one there will be suffice there. Now the black should come through really good there. Good deal. Like I said, some of these I didn't have a good texture on purposely, so they won't get the white on it. But some of them will. That's a good thing about having a place where you can actually work and you don't have to worry about getting paint all over anything. Now, if you're using a kitchen table or something like that, you might want to put some newspaper down, and that way you don't have to worry about messing up a good table. But these are my craft tables, and I'm allowed to get them messy. Another good reason for having a place where you can actually work and continue on real good. Now good. Now all we're going to do is wait for these to dry and then put them in our village. All right. As you can tell, they've pretty much dried, and I've got 3 bedrolls in one house. I've kind of glued them down, and that'll fit right over top of that right there. That secures in there. And we can take this one off. Basically, all you got to do is put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Set him over in a corner. The same thing just like that. Try not to get too close to the rocks, because remember, the house has got to sit real close to them rocks. So just go like that, and I've added a little bit more touch to the thing by putting a little bit of a fire pit in the center. Just like that. Placing the top back over. Make sure we're still in there. Yep, still there. Now, this is the one I had a little bit of problem with. There we go. We're over. Put a little bit of a fire pit there. There we go. Just like that one. Lock her in place. There we go. And now for the chief's place. Now he's get the place all by himself, but we're going to make his bed a little bit special. Got me some toothpicks painted nutmeg brown. Oh, almost out of glue there, so I'll put my glue stick in it. Want to glue these 2 sticks together in an X form. Take the next 2, do the same thing in an X form. Let them dry. I have to let them dry completely before I start cutting them. There's my cutters. There we go. I need to cut them down a whole lot. To make it the size of a bed. And they have to be cut down a lot. and evenly. Make it a small X. Now I have to make an identical one, or at least close to it. Close. Is it close? Yes, close enough. Then I'm going to take the best one I got here. I think it's going to be this one right here. Turn it upside down. Glue my legs, because it wouldn't do for a chieftain to sleep on the ground. He sleeps on a tree bed. Good to be chief. I'm going to place him inside his house. Whose house? Chief's house. There we go. And again, we'll make the fire pit right in front. There we go. Now we have added everything except for the miniatures and your imagination. And that's all it takes to create a terrain. And you can play in an orc village, and you can either have these nice orcs or vicious orcs or whatever your heart desires, whatever your fantasy calls for. And you can have battles or role-playing, whatever it takes. So y'all have fun in the fantasy world and enjoy the day.